Hello, my name is Monira Al Qadiri. I am a visual artist from Kuwait, and I am presenting my work Devonian, which is a Bagri commission for the Hayward Gallery at Southbank Centre in London. So Devonian is an outdoor sculpture made of 8 aluminum panels that are colored in these iridescent hues. And the panels depict images of creatures that were alive 400 million years ago at a time that is called the Devonian age, because they were first studied in Devon in England. And actually those creatures make up most of the, let's say, the basis of the petroleum deposits in Northern Europe. And I thought it was very interesting to kind of highlight them and give them shape and body and form, so that people can kind of confront them and look at them and imagine, that it took 400 million years to make this substance that we can burn in a second in a car. And how sustainable is that? The idea is also to lure the public with these colorful, beautiful images, but at the same time make them think about this very crucial subject today, which is the extraction of fossil fuels. We always think of oil in terms of something, like an ooze, just this black stuff that comes from the earth. We don't know what it is, where it comes from. It's just like an abstract substance, and I wanted to give it a form, a life. It's actually leftovers of organisms, creatures that exist and did exist a long time ago. And these creatures are no longer here. So how do we kind of reconcile our dependence on the leftovers of their bodies to kind of fuel our modern lifestyle? I wanted to reimagine the moment when these creatures kind of coalesced together and became petroleum in this kind of magical moment, because petroleum is it's like a genie, it's like a miracle and a curse at the same time. And it's always been a very mysterious subject for me, but also, we really have to kind of contemplate what comes after the age of oil. My work for the past decade or so has been kind of very focused on the subject of the pre-oil world and the post-oil world in Kuwait, which is my native country. It's a country that is very much dependent on oil as a resource and as a source of income. In essence, it's a petro-state, but it hasn't always been that way. Before oil, the main industry in Kuwait and all of that coastal region was pearl diving. And some accounts say it stretched back to almost 2,000 years ago. And even my own grandfather was a singer on a pearl diving boat, and that was his life. They would go to the sea for months looking for this ornament. And I thought it was very interesting as a post-oil baby myself to try to create a kind of bond or relationship between the two epochs, because they are so different. To a point where I even felt at some point in my life that his life, my grandfather, was like a fiction to me. So how can I connect myself to him and to kind of like this ancestral memory of pearls in a place where these things don't mean anything anymore? So actually I had this epiphany that pearls and oil have the same color. It's this iridescent rainbow-like color, and I think that's what makes pearls attractive to people, is that crazy rainbow color that we don't think about as being beautiful, but it is. And I try to play with this idea of color and form using this iridescent color spectrum. So even within Devonian, you will see this iridescent shades all over the panels, because I wanted to also show that these creatures actually created oil, and they became kind of this iridescent new substance. So I thought it was interesting to kind of show them as kind of these heroes in a way, and very colorful, beautiful, iridescent beings that children might look up to. Yeah, I mean, on purpose, actually, I made the work very, very accessible, I think, to the younger public. It's very colorful. It looks like kind of these heroic characters from maybe a cartoon or something. And I really also wanted to appeal to them because they are kind of the next generation and they also have to think about these things. I think my work is very culturally hybrid. I mean, it's not even, I think hybrid is also a euphemism. I like the word mutant more because it's like kind of a cultural Frankenstein because the cultural influences are so, far away from each other. But I love that. I think it's quite endearing to be, a person of the world and seeing all these different cultures and being inspired by them. I mean, I'm very much Arab, but I'm very much Japanese as well. And I think my work really reflects that. It has this kind of, Japanese anime feeling to it, and it's very much how I grew up. I was obsessed with these cartoons. And I think, it's important to realize that we live in a very broad world, and we think that art is ubiquitous. We think that it's, art can be appreciated by everyone on earth the same way, but actually I found that it's practiced very differently in different places, and I think that's what makes it diverse and interesting. And I try to incorporate this diversity in myself. Monira Al Qadiri is an alien. She's an alien who came either from the deep sea or from outer space. And I don't belong anywhere, really. And I think that gives me a kind of freedom. I really like it. I think the Bagri Commission and the Hayward Gallery exhibition this year really represent a crucial moment for me in my practice. As I said, I've been working on this subject of kind of petroleum and ideas around it for almost 10 years now. But I think at this moment in time, it's a very crucial subject. People really have to think about it. It's very important to contemplate it and kind of try to find other ways of kind of looking towards the future. And I think this is also especially true in London and for audiences here. So I think it's for me, it's a pivotal moment in my career to be able to show work like this, especially in public space. I really love showing my work in public. It's such a different experience of how people react to the work, and so many unexpected kind of meetings and ideas happen because of this being outdoors. And I'm very honored to be able to show my work here.